10 signs. You're developing a wealth mindset. You've started noticing small changes. The way you think about a sale at the grocery store, how you spend your weekends, or the books you're suddenly drawn to. You can't help but wonder, do these subtle shifts mean something bigger is happening? You want to believe you're on the path to wealth, but you're looking for proof, for a sign that this time, it's for real. Well, here are the 10 specific signs that prove you're developing a true wealth mindset. If you recognize even a few of these, financial freedom is no longer a question of if, but when. Getting wealthy takes more than just a bigger bank balance. It requires a deep and permanent change in your mind. This isn't about getting lucky, and it's not about who your parents are. It's about a complete transformation in what you believe and how you act when it comes to money, opportunity, and success. This is the wealth mindset. For years, you might have been running on a scarcity mindset. That's the belief that everything is limited, that there's only so much pie to go around, and if someone else gets a slice, it means less for you. It's a way of thinking that breeds fear, short-term decisions, and the feeling that you're just a victim of your circumstances. But something inside you has started to shift. You're beginning to see the world through a lens of abundance, the belief that there are endless opportunities and resources out there for anyone willing to create value. This video is your confirmation. It's the checklist you need to prove you're on the right journey. By the end, you'll be able to spot these powerful signs in your own life, confirming that you're no longer just wishing for wealth, but actively building the mental framework that makes it inevitable. Sign 1. You see money as a tool, not a threat. The very first sign is a change in your emotional connection to money. For most people, money is a source of anxiety and stress. They see it as the root of all evil, or something that automatically corrupts people. This is the scarcity mindset at its most toxic, and it keeps you in a state of financial panic, where every bill is a crisis and every paycheck is just a temporary break before the anxiety starts again. But you're starting to see it differently. You've stopped making money the villain, and now see it as neutral. You see it for what it is, a tool. It's an instrument for growth, a resource to create opportunities, and a way to build a life of freedom. You get that money itself doesn't have a moral compass. It just amplifies the person who has it. You don't feel guilty for wanting more, because you know that with more resources, you can have a bigger positive impact on your family, your community, and the world. Here's a real-world example. How do you react to a big, unexpected expense? The old you might have panicked, feeling like a victim. The new you, while not exactly happy about it, immediately starts thinking about solutions. It's a problem to be solved, not a personal failure. This shift from an emotional reaction to a strategic response is a massive sign you're developing a wealth mindset. You've stopped being a slave to money and are learning to become its master. Sign 2. You prioritize financial discipline and responsibility. The second sign? You've stopped blaming the economy, your boss, or your upbringing for your financial situation and have started taking total ownership. The scarcity mindset loves excuses. People with that mindset feel like life just happens to them, leaving them powerless. They're waiting for a lottery win or some other outside event to save the day. You, on the other hand, have realized something powerful. You are the one in the driver's seat of your financial life. You've embraced discipline not as a punishment, but as the ultimate form of self-care. You're actually making and following a budget, not because you have to, but because you want to. You see your budget as your freedom plan, a roadmap that tells your money where to go instead of you wondering where it all went. And think about how you see debt. The old you might have seen it as a normal part of life, maybe swiping credit cards for things you didn't need. The new you sees consumer debt as a thief that steals your future. You have a plan to get rid of bad debt with intensity because you know that paying it off gives you an immediate, guaranteed return on your money. You take full responsibility, knowing that every choice you make either moves you closer to your goals or pushes you further away. Sign 3. You're obsessed with learning and personal growth. The third sign is that you've become an obsessive learner. A scarcity mindset thinks that education is over once you get your diploma. After that, learning is just a chore your boss makes you do. This view assumes your talents are fixed. But the wealth mindset embraces growth. You now get that your skills, your knowledge, and your earning potential aren't set in stone. They can grow with deliberate effort. You are your own most valuable asset, and you've started investing in yourself. You're no longer wasting hours mindlessly scrolling social media or binge-watching shows. Instead, you're devouring books on finance and business. You're listening to podcasts from successful people on your commute. You're looking up online courses to build high-income skills. Maybe you find yourself pulled towards the business section of a bookstore when you used to only look at fiction. You're actively seeking out financial knowledge, not because it's homework, but because you're genuinely hungry to understand how money really works. The wealthy know that financial literacy is the key. If you've started treating your mind like your number one asset, you're already building the foundation for all future wealth. Sign 4. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. This next one is huge. Your entire perception is changing. While other people are complaining about problems, you're starting to see opportunities. This is the core difference between scarcity and abundance. Scarcity sees a world full of limits and reasons why things can't be done. When new tech disrupts an industry, they only see job losses. When the market dips, they only see ruin. But you're starting to see the other side of the coin. You believe there are plenty of resources and opportunities for everyone. When you see a common problem, a part of your brain now asks, how could this be solved? Is there a business idea here? A market downturn doesn't just look like a crisis anymore. It also looks like a buying opportunity. You get that fortunes are often made when things are uncertain and everyone else is panicking. Think about multiple income streams. Someone with a scarcity mindset clings to their one paycheck, terrified of losing it. You, however, are thinking about diversifying. You're exploring side hustles, thinking about investing, or figuring out how to turn a hobby into cash. This isn't greed, it's security. You know that relying on just one source of anything is a massive risk. This shift from seeing problems to seeing potential is a sure sign you're starting to think like the wealthy. Sign 5. You value your time more than money. This next shift is one of the most profound you can make. You have a wealth mindset when you finally realize that your time is your most valuable asset, far more than money. People with a scarcity mindset will trade huge chunks of their time to save a few bucks. They'll drive across town to save $5 on gas, or spend hours trying to DIY a complex job that a pro could do in a fraction of the time. They trade their most finite resource, time, for a resource that's infinite, money. You're starting to do the opposite. You're beginning to understand opportunity cost. You ask yourself, what is the best use of my time right now? You'd rather pay for convenience if it frees you up to focus on things that generate more income or give you the rest you need to be at your best. This could be as simple as ordering groceries online instead of spending an hour at the store, or hiring someone to mow the lawn so you can use that time to work on your side business. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being strategic. You can always make more money, but you can never get back your time. The wealthy guard their time fiercely. They delegate tasks and automate whatever they can, because they know every hour saved can be reinvested into activities that create huge results. When you start making decisions based on the value of your time, not just the cost in dollars, you've unlocked a core secret of the wealthy. If these first 5 signs are hitting home for you, take a second to acknowledge that. It's a huge deal. Let me know in the comments which sign resonates with you the most so far. And if you're getting value from this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're here to guide you on this journey, and your subscription helps us reach more people just like you. Sign 6. You embrace calculated risks. A clear sign your mindset is evolving is your attitude towards risk. The scarcity mindset is paralyzed by fear. This leads to two extremes. Either you avoid all risk and let your money get eaten by inflation in a savings account, or you make reckless gambles on get-rich-quick schemes out of desperation. Both are driven by fear, the fear of losing and the fear of missing out. You're moving past that. You're learning to take calculated risks. You understand that there's no growth without some risk, but you also know the difference between a calculated risk and a blind gamble. A calculated risk is one you've researched. You understand the potential upside, the potential downside, and you have a plan to manage the risks. You're not afraid to invest in the stock market or start a business, but you do your homework first. For example, instead of impulse buying a hot stock you heard about from a friend, you now take the time to understand the company and its long-term potential. You diversify your investments to spread out risk. You accept that some investments might not work out, but you see those failures as lessons, as valuable data for your next move, not as a catastrophe. This strategic approach is what separates amateurs from pros. Wealth isn't built by avoiding risk, it's built by managing it intelligently. Sign 7. You practice generosity and see wealth as a flow. This next sign might seem backward, but it's one of the most consistent traits of people with an abundance mindset. You're becoming more generous. A scarcity mindset leads to hoarding. People with this view cling tightly to their money and knowledge, afraid that if they give any away, there won't be enough for them. You're starting to understand a different rule. Wealth isn't a stagnant pool, it's a flowing river. You believe that giving, your time, knowledge, or money, doesn't drain you. Instead, it creates space for more to flow back to you. You give without expecting anything in return, trusting the process. You might find yourself donating to a cause you believe in or leaving a generous tip for great service without a second thought. You happily share what you know with others because their success doesn't take away from your own. Think about it. The friend with an abundance mindset is the one who insists on paying for coffee and genuinely isn't keeping score. They operate from a place of trust that there will always be enough. This isn't about being reckless. It's about letting go of the fear of lack. Practicing generosity actually rewires your brain to believe in abundance, which in turn helps you see and seize more opportunities. Sign 8. You manage your emotions around money. An eighth and very subtle sign is that you're becoming emotionally neutral with your financial decisions. Most people's finances are a roller coaster of fear and greed. When the market is up, they get greedy and pile into risky things at the very peak. When the market crashes, they panic and sell at the bottom, locking in their losses. Their decisions are driven by hype and raw emotion. You, however, are learning to be the calm in the storm. You're detaching emotionally from market swings and scary headlines. You understand that building wealth is a long-term game, and that short-term ups and downs are just noise. You don't get too excited during a bull market, and you don't freak out during a downturn. You stick to your plan. Let's say a stock you own drops 20%. The old you would have panicked and probably sold to cut your losses. The new you, with a wealth mindset, takes a breath. You go back to why you invested in the first place. Was it a solid company for the long term? If so, this price drop might actually be a buying opportunity. This emotional discipline is incredibly rare and a true hallmark of sophisticated investors. Sign 9. You consciously curate your inner circle. A huge sign that you're on the right path is that you've started paying close attention to who you hang out with. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and you've started to take it to heart. A scarcity mindset finds comfort with cynics and complainers, people who confirm their belief that success is for other people. You, on the other hand, are actively seeking out ambitious, positive, and successful people. You're drawn to mentors, mastermind groups,
or even just friends who inspire you to think bigger. You get it now. Mindset is contagious. Hanging around winners forces you to level up. Their success doesn't make you jealous. It inspires you and shows you what's possible. This doesn't mean you ditch your old friends, but it does mean you get intentional about who influences your thoughts. You might spend less time with the friend who only complains about their job and more time with the one who's building something on the side. You see your network not just as friends, but as a source of knowledge, opportunity, and accountability. Sign 10. You're focused on the long game. Finally, the 10th and maybe most telling sign is that your time horizon has shifted. You're no longer interested in get-rich-quick schemes. You're playing the long game. The scarcity mindset is all about immediate gratification. It wants instant results and doesn't have the patience for real wealth creation, which leads to chasing fads and falling for scams. You now understand and respect the power of compounding. You're not trying to get rich by next week. You're building systems and habits that will lead to wealth over decades. You put long-term goals ahead of short-term pleasures. It's the art of delayed gratification, resisting the temptation for a small reward now to get a much bigger reward later. For example, you get a bonus at work. The old you might have spent it on a vacation or a new gadget. The new you sees that bonus as a seed. You invest it in your retirement account or pay down your mortgage, knowing that this small sacrifice today will grow into a massive tree of financial security tomorrow. This long-term focus isn't flashy, and it isn't exciting to most people, but it is the single most reliable path to building lasting wealth. So, how'd you do? If you saw yourself in even a few of these signs, you are absolutely on the right track. These aren't just coincidences. They are hard evidence of a deep internal shift. You are rewiring your entire relationship with money, success, and your own potential. This journey from a scarcity to a wealth mindset is the most important financial work you will ever do. It's the foundation for everything else. But remember, mindset has to be paired with action. Keep investing in your financial education, practice that discipline, and surround yourself with people who pull you higher. And for sticking with us to the very end, here's a bonus sign. You've stopped looking for a savior and have realized you are the one you've been waiting for. You're no longer waiting for someone or something to change your life. You've taken 100% responsibility and are committed to creating your own success. Thank you for watching. If this video hit home, please share it with one person who needs to hear this. And for more content to help you master your money and your mind, check out our video on the 5 worst financial habits keeping you poor. Keep building, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next one.